They say the forest has its own voice. Sometimes it whispers with the wind. Sometimes it screams when no one's around to hear it. The locals call it Elder Pine Forest, a massive stretch of dark woods in northern Oregon. It looks ordinary on the map, but for decades people have gone missing there. Campers, hunters, even a few forest rangers. The government keeps the area open, but only during the day. Once the sun starts setting, they say the forest changes. And this story is about the night I found out why. My name's Ethan Cross. I've been a forest ranger for 8 years. I've seen wildfires, floods, and even a bear attack once. But nothing could have prepared me for what happened last fall. It all started when Ranger Thomas Hale went missing. Thomas was a tough guy, 6 feet tall, ex-military, never afraid of anything. He was assigned to monitor the northern sector of Elder Pine. On October 9th, his radio went dead. No one heard from him again. 3 days later, the station called for a search party, and I volunteered. It was raining that morning, the kind of cold drizzle that never really stops. I packed my gear, flashlight, map, radio, and my sidearm. My partner, Jenna Moore, a younger ranger, came along. "Ethan," she said, tightening her raincoat, "you really think Thomas just got lost?" I shook my head. Not Thomas. Something's off. We drove the Jeep until the dirt trail ended, then hiked the rest of the way. The trees grew darker with every step. The trees were huge, redwoods that blocked most of the sunlight. Even in the morning, it felt like dusk. After about an hour, we found Thomas's abandoned camp. His tent was torn apart, like something had ripped through it. The soil was soaked with rain, but there were strange drag marks leading deeper into the woods. Jenna knelt beside them. These look human, but no footprints, no animal tracks, just the marks, like something slid across the ground, pulling its weight. I radioed the station. Static, no signal. That's when I heard it for the first time. A faint voice, a whisper. "Ethan." I froze. The sound came from behind me, soft as wind, but clear as day. I turned. No one. Just trees swaying in the mist. "Did you hear that?" I asked Jenna. She frowned. "Hear what?" We decided to follow the drag marks. They led down a slope into a part of the forest I'd never been before. The map called it Zone 13, restricted area due to unstable ground, but Thomas's trail went straight into it. The deeper we went, the quieter it got. No birds, no wind, just that low, heavy silence that feels alive. Then we found something. A tree. Tall, massive, but completely blackened, as if struck by lightning. Around its base were dozens of tiny wooden totems, hanging from branches with strings of animal hair. Each totem looked like a twisted human figure, arms bent, heads missing. Jenna whispered, "What the hell is this?" Before I could answer, something brushed against my shoulder, cold, invisible. I spun around, flashlight sweeping the dark. Nothing. But for a split second, I swore I saw movement between the trees. A shadow, tall, thin, watching. We camped near the ridge that night. I didn't want to, but it was too dark to hike back. I built a fire, though the wood barely caught flame. Everything was damp. Jenna sat across from me, eyes darting around. "You really think Thomas came this far?" I nodded slowly. If he followed this trail, he was looking for something. What kind of something? I hesitated. Reports said he was investigating strange noises. Locals mentioned chanting, figures near the tree line. Jenna swallowed hard. Chanting? Yeah, at night. We sat there for hours, neither of us saying much. The fire popped softly, echoing in the stillness. Then, around midnight, it happened. The whisper came again, louder this time. "Ethan, come home." Jenna heard it too. Her eyes went wide. "Ethan, someone's out there." I stood up, flashlight shaking slightly. The sound was coming from beyond the ridge. I followed it a few steps, and that's when I saw it. A light, faint, flickering, deep in the trees, like a lantern moving slowly. "Thomas?" I called. No answer, just the light, swaying. I moved closer, my boots sinking into the wet soil. Jenna whispered for me to stop, but I couldn't. Something about that light pulled me in. It felt familiar, warm, like home. Then the light stopped, and I saw what was holding it. A hand, pale, thin, and long, reached out from behind a tree, holding the lantern. But the arm was wrong. It bent in places it shouldn't, and it was too long. The lantern fell, the light went out, and the whisper turned into a scream. I don't remember much after that, just running, branches tearing my jacket, Jenna screaming my name. We didn't stop until we reached the Jeep, but the forest didn't sound right anymore. The wind carried voices, dozens of them. Some were calling my name, some were laughing, and in the distance I saw the lantern again, hanging from a branch, still burning. That was the night we filed the first report, the night Elder Pine changed for us. But that wasn't the end, because the next day we found Thomas, or at least what was left of him.